To improve grip strength, we're going to practice today a sequence that works with the hands and the wrists. So to warm up the hands, we're just going to take the fingers wide and then make a fist. Thumb is on the outside. Open them brightly. And then this is tight, so bright and tight. Do it to your range of motion. If you have arthritis or stiffness in your hands, just take it to your comfort level. So just a few times. And now for the wrists, just begin to make circles with your hands. And as you do, you are beginning to lubricate the synovial fluid of the wrists. That gets your joints a little bit easier to move. Taking the hands in front of you, and then just point your fingers so that they're pointing toward the earth. Lift the fingers to the sky, back down to the earth. So flip them up and down a few times. Try to keep your shoulders relaxed. Maybe alternate one up and one down. Feel the movement through your wrist. Keep your fingers nice and bright, and then shake that out. So to do the flow for your hands and wrists, I invite you to bring your hands into a prayer position right at your heart. And we begin just by pressing the hands one against the other. So it's almost as though you wanted to push your hand in one direction, but it's resisting. Push it back in the other direction. So it's that idea of pushing and resisting. You'll feel this in your upper arms and your shoulders and across your chest. So just do it to the degree that feels comfortable, because we're going to be here for a little bit. So pressing one hand against the other. Now keeping your fingertips pressed tightly to each other, I invite you to separate the heels of your hands. Fingertips are all touching. Bring the heels back together, pressing those hands one against the other. Opening the heels. I like to say that this looks like a spider doing push-ups on the mirror. If your shoulders have come up here, try to relax them down. The effort should be through the fingers and the hands. And you can shake that out. Bringing the hands back to prayer, press them against each other, and now begin to raise your hands up. Past your eyes, past your forehead. As you do, your elbows are coming together. Just go as high as feels comfortable in your shoulders and come on back down to the heart, pressing one hand against the other. Raise the hands up, past the eyes, past the forehead. Maybe your elbows can come almost to touching, whatever feels right for you. When you reach your highest point, I invite you now to open your fingers, keeping the heels of your hands together. This is like a lotus blossom opening up. Close your blossom, bring your hands back down to your heart. Let's do it again. Press your hands together, relax your shoulders, begin to raise your lotus blossom. Maybe the elbows are coming together. When you get to your highest point, fingertips separate, heels remain together, opening the blossom. Hands come back together and down towards the heart. And maybe you need a moment to shake that out, roll your shoulders once or twice. That's where you're going to feel it. Takes a lot of strength, but it will help the strength of your grip. Hands back together in that prayer position, pressing one against the other. And now pressing to push your hands to the right. But as you do, your hand is trying to press back with resistance. Do it to the other side, pressing and resisting all the way across. You know you're doing it right if you feel the tension in your shoulders. And then come on back to center. Staying here, roll your hands down now so that your fingers point toward the earth. Relax those shoulders, roll them back up to the heart, roll them down toward the belly. So a few times. This is rotating your wrists. So again, helping to keep your wrists nice and lubricated, easy to move. Take your fingers and interlace them, and now push them toward me. Push as much as feels comfortable, stretching your fingers in the opposite direction. We're getting a nice extension in through the fingers. Bring your hands back to your heart. Can you flip them all the way up as though they were holding something at your heart? Flip your hands again, push them toward me as much as you can. Bring them back toward your heart. Let's do that one more time. Hands all the way out to me. Now, if it feels comfortable, keeping your fingers together, lifting up your hands overhead, and then separate your arms. The elbows are coming all the way down toward your waist. And then bring your hands in front of you like you were holding a pair of teacups, and just begin to take one hand over the other, rotating all the way out to the side. This is also helping to rotate the shoulder joint. And then to finish this sequence off, shake your hands out a little bit and just begin to massage your fingers. If you have a lotion or an oil that you want to apply to your hands at this point, that might feel lovely. But we're just trying to get in there and kind of work out any stiffness. Do something that feels kind to your hands, and you can shake them out. If you do this sequence several times a week, you'll find over time that your grip strength will improve. So I hope this has been helpful. I'll see you next time.